like 5%.
What is going on, everybody? This is Joe Stevens here with SeahawkTalk, and to my left, we have a special guest, Brandon, who is a Ravens fan. So, how you doing?
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
Feeling pretty good.
Big win last weekend.
Yeah, it was a little. I didn't feel comfortable until they were up 3 touchdowns. because it was a divisional game, you know what I mean? So even though
what was your confidence level going into the game?
Pretty.
Okay. Actually, before we get into any of this, tell us who your teams are, football, college football, baseball, basketball, and why you're a fan of those teams.
All right. So I was actually born in Baltimore. Super Bowl Sunday, January 25th, 1987. Denver versus the Giants. Moved to Washington when I was about 8. So always been an Orioles fan. Ravens didn't come on until years later, but once they got a team, I was on it. But I've lived in Washington about 30 years now, so I'm still a Seahawks and Mariners fan. But obviously, I put the Ravens above Seahawks and Orioles above the Mariners. And I'm also a Cougs fan. Coming out here, I had a bunch of family out here. They're all Husky fans, and I was already the black sheep, so I decided to be a Cougs fan.
Decided to be a losing fan.
Yeah, it's the coolest logo in college football.
Yeah, it looks like a fucking angry snake.
We just raise quarterbacks from and enter the portal anyways nowadays. So
that's kind of what happens over there. Yeah, and then hockey.
Hockey, yeah.
I fucking hate hockey, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I just got into hockey not too long ago. Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and everybody hates Sidney Crosby. So, believe it or not, I was a Pittsburgh fan because
Jesus Christ,
because of Sidney Crosby. But now that Seattle has a team, obviously, I got to go with the Kraken.
Yeah. So
basketball, I don't buy Starbucks anymore because they could have saved the Sonics, and I don't really follow.
No, they could have saved the Sonics. They sold the Sonics to Oklahoma City. I still go with Starbucks because I'm married to a woman who loves Starbucks, and they have cool Huskies cups, so I buy it. But before we get into like serious, nothing's really serious. But before we get into stuff, is there anything you want to talk about other than the Ravens and?
No, I mean,
not really. Just flying high.
The Cougs beat the Huskies this year, which I'm pretty happy about. I mean, but
barely. They should have lost. The Huskies gave that game to Washington State. We committed so many penalties. And I wasn't even – it wasn't one of those games where you're like, damn, the ref stole that. It was like, quit grabbing people by the face mask and bring them down.
I tell you what, man, the only Apple Cup I've ever been to, I went to the Husky Stadium, and I was decked out head to toe, tattoos on faces, socks, pants, everything. And I think
he got them lasered off after they lost.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think we got the ball at halftime. We already down 4 touchdowns. And first play, we threw a pick. And my buddy who took me, he's like, "You ready to leave?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. So that was a close one. All right. Well, yeah. Last time the Seahawks played the Ravens was last year.
Yeah.
The Hawks got absolutely fucking demolished. I have a Ravens fan I do YouTube with, and I did post game with him, and I was like, fucked up because we lost so bad, and I was just like drinking at home like a total loser,
waiting for my phone call.
No, yeah, I was just like, it wasn't even that. I don't mind the shit talking. It's the actual fact that we suck. Where I'm just like, this is terrible.
It was bad. Yeah, it was a clinic.
And then to have to go on YouTube after and be like, yes, what happened to the Seahawks? Everything. We couldn't run. We couldn't pass. We couldn't stop the run. We couldn't stop the pass. And we kicked 1 field goal.
And we didn't have Derrick Henry at that time either. So.
Yeah, no, that's a big pickup. What do you think about him so far?
I love it. They said that they weren't going to rush him 22 times a game, but I mean, they can't stop it, then you know,
why not?
And going into that Steelers game, you know, a bunch of people are going, "Oh, well, Tomlin's going to, you know, just sell out and shut down that run with Derrick Henry." They could. They obviously.
And our internet is totally fucking up. So sorry if you guys can't hear us, but it might get better. We'll see. Usually you got to give it a second before the bars. But yeah, Derrick Henry, the first half, we shut them down. And there was a Titans fan next to me, and I go, as long as we can contain number 22, we got this game. And then the second half, he fucking ran. He caught like 2 touchdowns and ran for 1, and they came back. But we were kicking their ass at halftime, and then Derrick Henry comes. He is all-time, in my lifetime, he is my favorite running back to watch. Because of the way he runs, he looks so slow. Because he's 6'3", and he runs standing up. I mean, and you're like, man, he's slow. But then you see him against guys who are fast, and you're like, okay, never mind, he's fast. He can run through and around you.
Those stiff arms are nasty.
Yeah, best stiff arm since probably number 24 of the Seahawks.
Probably, yeah.
It's a different style of stiff arm, though. It's not like Marshawn was like that announcer said, get off me, right? Derrick Henry's like, don't fucking touch me.
Yeah, he didn't even get close enough to get off me.
Yeah.
I think Likely had a nice stiff arm in that game, too. Or that guy, it was a Marshawn stiff arm, get off me, threw him right down.
Yeah, I like him.
I do like him, too. I mean, I think they should line him up as a wide receiver half the time, you know?
Yeah, no. Likely had a good game. Flowers was out, right?
Yeah, those big Flowers.
He'll be back.
I hope so. Oh, God, I hope so. We're going to need him definitely against Buffalo for that pass because Buffalo's defense definitely stepped up last week. Yeah, it was against Denver, but
yeah, they're kind of hyping this game up. Like it should be on paper the best game of the weekend, but we know what happens when you get high hopes. Hopefully, I'm rooting for the Ravens because I want to see Lamar win a Super Bowl.
So it's between Josh Allen and Lamar for the.
It's Lamar, but they won't give it to him because he's won.
Well, Lamar also got the first AP All-Pro vote for quarterback, and they said since the beginning of time, the guy who gets AP
first team All-Pro,
that he always wins the MVP. So.
Unless the running back does.
Well, we know Saquon's not going to win it.
No.
He should win Offensive Player of the Year, though. But
yeah, running back always wins.
So after Lamar beats Josh Allen at Buffalo this weekend, do you think they just give the MVP trophy right in the middle of the field to Lamar? Or?
No, I think they still give it to Josh Allen. I'm serious. I think they – and to be fair, Ravens fans shouldn't be rooting for Lamar to win MVP. Every time he's won MVP, they've shit the bed in the playoffs.
Yep.
So, if I was a Ravens fan, I'd be like, dude, he's won 2 already. I don't really give a shit if he wins or not. I just want them to win. I like to see Lamar win a Super Bowl. He's the coolest quarterback around. I don't like the style he dresses with, but I like the way he plays.
He is one of the ugliest people, man.
He's one of the ugliest guys in the NFL. Hopefully he sees this.
But boy can ball.
Yeah, no. The fact they have 2 running backs back there and one that can throw just as good as anybody else in the NFL, it's kind of hard to defend. Yeah, who else had a good game? You said Kyle Van Noy's had a good year.
Kyle Van Noy's had a great game. They moved him back to like the nickel position or something like that, or
wide edge.
Yeah, since they moved him back there, the defense has been not a suspect.
Let's see. We got some people on here. Anna McCluskey says, "Bam, that dog." I'm assuming you know her. Easy Ride Danger, he's on here quite a bit, but George Kittle is super attractive. No, George Kittle is ugly as fuck. My aunt, that's because my aunt, I guess, has a crush on George Kittle. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, the one guy in the NFL, you picked the ugliest person. So, yeah. What else? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the Ravens run game? You want to talk about the Seahawks?
A little bit. I mean,
what do you want to talk about?
Kind of sucks being we got 10-7. 10
out. Not bad.
Yeah, it's rough. You guys. So, how do you feel about Geno? A lot of these Seahawks fans are calling, get Geno out. It's Geno.
I have this. So I do a podcast on Tuesdays with Zach. He is a Seahawks fan. And we laid it out. We said, who available would you rather have than Geno Smith?
Aaron Rodgers? No.
He's not available.
Yeah.
He's under contract. I don't know if I've said this on air. I'd love for the Seahawks to sign Aaron Rodgers. Just the media storm that would happen. We'd be worse with Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely.
Now, not Aaron Rodgers 5 years ago. But who available? I mean, Justin Fields is going to be available. And I said last night.
Russell Wilson's available.
That bridge is burnt. How'd he look on Sunday?
Yeah.
But no, I guess there was news of him and the offensive coordinator of the Steelers not seeing eye to eye all season today. So keep that drama away from my team.
Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, think about it. If the Seahawks, Geno Smith statistically puts up numbers, and he's a solid quarterback as long as the game is manageable. But you take 45 seconds down by 3. Geno Smith is at his own 20. He's got to get to the 40 for somebody to kick a field goal.
He's had the most fourth quarter comebacks in the NFL since 2021 or 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, put an offensive line in front of him. And let him sit in the pocket.
Well, they can't. That's the problem with the Seahawks is they can't draft nor sign good interior offensive linemen.
Yeah.
That's the team's Achilles heel. It's not Geno Smith.
It's not.
Because
people calling for Geno Smith's job is wild.
Well, the thing is, the only one I'd be super keen on bringing in as a fan would be Justin Fields. Sign him for like $5 million, what Drew Lock is making, and have him try to compete for the starting job. He's a lot younger than Geno Smith. I think he's 26 years old. He wouldn't cost a whole lot, and if he's better than Geno Smith, they start him. If he's not, he's the backup.
Yeah.
But I'm tired of that too. The other thing is people comparing the Seahawks to the Mariners because of the Seahawks winning and not making the playoffs. Yeah. So I texted this into KJR. I'm going to repeat myself, guys, if you were watching last night. I did say, so since 2003, the Seahawks have been to the playoffs 15 times. Now, this is in the last 21 years. 15 times. Won the division 9 times. Won 3 NFC championships. And won a Super Bowl. So, since 2002, in 22 years, the Mariners have been to the playoffs once as a wild card team. And then I said, why are people even comparing these franchises? One wants to win to compete in the league, which is the Seahawks. The other wants to win just enough to sell tickets to make money.
That's it.
If the Mariners cared about baseball, they wouldn't have bought the Pyramid Ale House and turned it into that. Seriously.
Are you right?
How much money did that? I don't know. I'm just saying. How much? I mean, what is that? An acre, 2 acres, and a building in Seattle, downtown Seattle. That was probably more expensive than a DH. But guess what? The DH doesn't bring immediate returns. Selling beers for $13 brings immediate returns.
Yeah.
It's like what would you say? Like an 800% markup on all the beer they sell?
It's got to be so close. We look at the other stadiums that are selling beer for $5.
Falcons.
$6.
You know why they do that? I talked to a guy from Georgia when I went to Lambeau Field last year, and he said the Falcons their tickets are so cheap and their concessions are so cheap because they're basically competing head-to-head with the Georgia Bulldogs. And people down south, they love college football way more than the NFL. So to get people in, they do shit like that.
Now, doesn't Atlanta Falcons have a Chick-fil-A in their stadium?
Yeah, they're closed on Sunday.
They're closed.
I'm sure they'd make an exception for that one.
I don't know. You think so?
Yeah, probably. They hold the Chick-fil-A Bowl there, but that's on a Monday every year. Or actually, it's on New Year's Day. I don't know.
So what are your goals for the draft then for this year, you guys, other than offensive line?
Offensive line. Yeah. I wouldn't mind them taking every single pick they have and just pick guards and centers. Because the bookend tackles, they're not terrible. Lucas from Wazoo, as long as he's healthy, he's good. Cross is above average. Guard, center, guard. Worst position group in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't think the Seahawks really had an offensive line since they traded, was it Max Unger to the Saints, or who's that?
Yeah, Max Unger, but they weren't even that dominant then. They were okay.
Yeah, they were better than what they've been in the last 15 years.
Yeah, before the last good offensive line the Seahawks had was 2005. Yeah. And then they let Hutch go.
The Minnesota, yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, and then imagine that Sean Alexander gets hurt and can't run anymore because they're all pro left guard. Bam needs a top up. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
You should have Bam on more. Cloud, we were just talking about you.
Yeah, birth given name.
Can't believe that's your birth name.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Cloud's a diehard Seahawks Mariners fan.
Oh, really? Yeah, I tend to not talk about the Mariners on this particular podcast because there's nothing positive.
I keep trying to tell them that. But.
I mean, honestly, there's nothing positive to say about them. If I say this all the time, 10 years ago, if I said, hey, it's December and the Washington Huskies have spent more money on their roster going into 2025 than the Seattle Mariners. People 10 years ago, they'd be like, damn, the Huskies are in trouble, dude. They got caught. It'd be like, holy shit. Bad. Yeah, now you're like, oh, sweet. Huskies keep spending money. And then the Mariners is like, you're poking them with a stick and they won't do anything. I'm serious. They made their first move 2 days ago.
Terrible.
And people comparing John Schneider, the GM of the Seahawks, to the owner of the Mariners. The GM of the Seahawks has a salary cap. He can't go out and spend all the money in the world. John Stanton could spend $1 billion if he wanted to.
Yep.
But he's more interested off of making money off you and me going to the game and buying jerseys and buying hats than he is focused on making money by fielding
concession money.
Yeah, exactly.
Not change subject, but Tyler Lockett played his last game?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. For the Seahawks, yeah. He said he doesn't want to retire, which I find interesting, but he's not going to be here next year unless he plays for like $5 million. JSN took over this year.
Can you watch like one of those memorial videos of his last 10 seasons and not shed a tear?
Yeah, I could. Yeah. Because not being a dick, he never won anything here. It's cool. Like seeing him leave is like, I don't know, it's due. Seeing Bobby Wagner leave the first time, I was like, it was like a punch in the stomach. And then seeing him leave a second time, it was like, whatever.
He's putting up some good numbers in Washington right now, huh?
Yeah, well, he's back with his DC. Yeah. He's back with Dan Quinn. So
how about them Commanders?
Redskins, yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe that they won.
I won $50 off $5.
Before leaving Baltimore, like I said, Baltimore didn't have a team, so the Redskins were the closest thing. Even though my was from here and they were Seahawks fans, but.
Fucked up again. God, I fucking hate our internet service. You see in the top left how it has that Wi-Fi thing, and now it's going to 2, and then when it's at 3, it doesn't appear. But every now and then it does terrible. Let me see if I can fix that really quick while we're on here. I think this might help if I go to 720, and then that might help, but I don't know.
Is DK still under contract?
Yeah, DK is going to be here next year. I'm almost positive.
I traded him 2 years ago.
People are so fed up with him. I'm not.
I just don't. He doesn't throw. I mean, like, I don't know, man. I don't feel like he puts all the effort.
He gets double covered every play is the problem. Because he is. He's the best athlete in the NFL.
He's huge, yeah.
And you could argue he's not the best football player in the NFL, but when it comes to being an athlete,
athleticism. Yeah.
I mean, I wanted when we drafted him, I'm like, dude, stamp number 31 on this guy and make him play strong safety. I mean, he looks like Cam Chancellor, bigger though. But he has a whiny attitude, which is why he plays receiver and not
safety. The
safety.
only 2 jerseys ever owned was a Joey Galloway jersey and a Cam Chancellor jersey for Seahawks.
Really? I got your daughter. I almost said your sister. I got your daughter at DK.
Yeah, I know she wore it. She wore it in the last game. She was out there cheering. And then my fiance wears the Willis McGahee jersey that you gifted me.
Yeah. Look at me, spreading the love.
Spreading the love.
Let's get back the Ravens and the Bills. What are you anticipating this game to be? What's your confidence level this game? Because you said the Steelers won. It was like out of 10, how confident?
I have to see what the defense does, man. The defense comes out and plays because Josh Allen's going to put up numbers. He's going to put up yards.
Yeah, but what's your confidence level in the defense showing up? This is probably if you win this game, and not jinxing this, if the Ravens win this game, this is a harder matchup than the AFC Championship game.
I agree. I think this should be the AFC Championship game because it would be a lot better game. I mean, I feel confident in my team. I thought last year was their year, and it was such a disappointment. This year, I've been kind of just like, I've had my cousin Jared. Hopefully he sees this. He was, I think, week 4 going, fuck, get rid of John Harbaugh. Everyone's calling for John Harbaugh. Get rid of him. You know?
They've actually been calling him for a while.
Yeah.
And
I think they should never let Mike McDonald go. They should have let John Harbaugh go.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence level, I mean, I want to be humble.
You don't have to be.
No. I don't have to be, but at the same time, it's like, it's a tough game. It's a tough game. We beat them in Baltimore earlier this year. And not only beat them, like, was it like 31-3 or something?
Hard to beat a team twice.
Beat the Steelers twice.
3 times, right?
3 times. No, twice.
Oh, they beat you guys?
I think they beat us once. Yeah, they beat us once. Cleveland beat us once this year. Raiders beat us once.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew, baby.
Yeah, were you rooting for him?
No.
Okay, so
but I accepted it more than any other loss because it was Gardner Minshew. If Jake Browning were to come out and beat us, I'd be a little upset, you know?
Yeah. He was, I'm surprised he didn't get signed with the team this offseason. He did pretty damn
What about Penix this year for Atlanta?
It looks fucking sweet. He's scared, though. You can tell he's still scared of throwing picks.
But Baltimore's favored by 1. Obviously, we've covered, yeah. Last time, that was what I looked before I came over. They were favored by 1.
On ESPN?
Yes.
Let's check this out. Let's pull some shit up. Sorry for the lull. All 7 people watching us right now.
7.
Really appreciate you guys hanging in there with us. I do that all the time, by the way, especially when there's less than 10 people. I like to shout out how many people. I love it when there's like 2. When I first started doing this, there was like 0 all the time. I did my first podcast. I had 1 viewer for 10 minutes, maybe. And it was a 3-hour podcast. And I just spent time talking to the guy the whole time. And I had 1 person watch it. And I was like, sweet, a person watched it.
For my friends that are watching, Joe here is a diehard. He can tell you any stat from 2000 to now.
Yeah, probably 2000. Yeah, Holmgren era to now. So probably like 1999 to now.
Tell you what every score was, and
not every score. That would be very hard.
Pretty well. Like, I have a buddy of ours that could tell you where every player went to college. Like, where do you go to college? And he could just
That's rough. That's rough with
He's
me.
good. Well, I always fuck him up a little bit by going some of the old school, like, where'd Mike Allstott go to college? You know what I mean? Or,
yeah, no, the colleges are hard with me, even with the Seahawks.
He's good, dude. He's really good.
One's because I'll be like, I did a trivia the other day. I'm such a nerd. I fucking do Sporkle trivia for fun instead of like playing. Do you know Sporkle? Oh, dude, we should try it. So I'll just type in like Seahawks on Sporkle, and then it'll just be like a random Seahawks trivia. And
you'll get it right every time, huh?
No, not really. Like, I'm in the upper echelon of those Seahawks trivia doers. Okay, Sunday, 3:30 p.m. on Paramount Plus streaming for you guys that are cheap asses and don't have cable like you. Yeah, I bet you did.
Paramount Plus. I'm good to go.
Yeah, Baltimore -1,
-1.
which it's basically a pick 'em. Well, it is a pick 'em. It's a playoff game. They can't tie.
Right. Well, it's still, but I mean, normally home team has a 3-point. Is normally a 3
Yeah, a home is worth 3 points. So if it's even if they feel like the two teams are gonna tie, right? Say just two even teams, give the home team 3 points because they're at home. So kind of throwing some shade there a little bit. Wait, isn't this game is in Buffalo?
It's in Buffalo. That's why I was saying.
Yeah, that's why I was confused for a second. I was
like normally the home team has a 3-point advantage. So
yeah, and the Mafia is gonna be out there like crazy. The weather on that game.
What is it?
16 degrees.
Lamar hates the cold, though. I mean, you see him shivering last week in Baltimore out here.
Well, maybe he should wear some sleeves.
You see the built-in thing he's got in his jersey, the built-in hand warmers he's got in his jersey.
Yeah, I've seen that
built into his jersey. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, 16 degrees, but it looks like a clear sky. No snow. I feel like snow is a great equalizer.
I love football in the snow.
I do too. But if you feel like your team's better than the other team and it snows, you're like, fuck.
I wish it was snowing its ass off because Derrick Henry just give him the ball and let him run it. We don't need to throw it.
Yeah.
With Patrick Ricard, fucking fullback, blasting, opening the holes.
Yeah, best blocking fullback in the NFL.
Right.
Best. There's 3 fullbacks in the NFL currently, but he's probably the best. There's Juszczyk for the 49ers. So I think
the next Raven as well.
I know. Yeah. I didn't realize that till
Juice.
Once again, I'm a nerd, and I have the NFL Plus. So every now and then when I'm bored, I'll just turn on an old Seahawks game, and I turned it on to the one where Thomas Rawls got injured against the Ravens. That was yeah.
That was when you guys beat us, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I turned that on. I don't turn on games we lost. Like, what do you think?
I mean, last time we played here is when Earl Thomas had just signed with the Ravens, and
don't even bring up Earl Thomas.
The first drive for the Seahawks, Earl Thomas got a pick right there in the red zone.
Did he get an interception?
He did.
Yeah,
I bought the jersey just for that occasion.
Yeah, he's my favorite Seahawk all time. He's the craziest Seahawk all time. I'll say that, but yeah, what were we saying? So, anyways, I was watching that game, and they were like, "Great block by Kyle Juszczyk," and I was like, "What the fuck? He played for somebody else."
Yep.
Yeah. So,
the Ravens have always had fullbacks, though.
Yeah, because they're good. They like to run the ball.
Max Strong for Alexander.
That was a different NFL.
Same stuff.
What's up, so? Hi. That's going good.
Oh, good.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, we had Max Strong, and then the NFL quit using fullbacks. Every team uses fullbacks.
Except for what? So you said there's Juszczyk, there's
Ricard,
and then who's the other one?
CJ Ham for the Vikings.
Oh,
I saw that. I noticed that the other day when I was watching them lose by a lot. I was like,
the Vikings, yeah, they were suspect. I knew they were suspect.
Yeah. One thing I did want to bring up before we kind of shy away from the Seahawks, I'm sure we won't the whole time, but you asked how I felt about them missing the playoffs. I was, honest to God, I went to every single home Huskies game this year. I went to every home Seahawks game this year, including the preseason. And the only way we'd make the playoffs is if we won the division and had to play a home playoff game. I was like, part of me was like, yeah, nice. Like, part of me was like, do I want to go to a playoff game? Yes, of course. But like in the back of my head, I'm like, save me some money there.
You've been quite a few though, haven't you, in your day?
Yeah, but it's like not a long time.
Did you really have confidence thinking they were going to make the playoffs this year though?
Yeah, I did, but I thought they were going to get destroyed because that's what they did. They kept it tight with teams that weren't very good, right? And some teams that were good, like the Lions, they kept it tight for a little bit, but it ended up being a blowout against. It ended up being a blowout against the Bills. Yeah, we beat them 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
So when I went to Lambeau Field last year, it was right after we played the Lions. And I went to the Lions-Packers game on Thursday night in Lambeau Field, and I just went as a neutral fan. I wore like a Favre jersey because, fuck the welfare. No, I'm just kidding. No, I wore a Favre jersey because I had a Packers jersey, and I wore a Seahawks hat. But when I rolled into town, I rolled in with a fresh Kenny Easley jersey. fucking Huskies hat and a Kenny Easley jersey. And some guy came up to me the first bar we go to, and he's a Lions fan. He goes, "You guys got lucky this year." I go, "Oh shit! Did you get lucky the 2 times before that?"
Would you go if the Seahawks were playing Philly? Would you go into Philly wearing your Seahawks gear?
Yeah, but I know how to act as an opposing. That's my problem.
Here,
people like you that come to the game, and they're like just some opposing fan acting like they own the place.
I am a great fan. I'm a great fan and respectful, but the louder you get, I'm gonna give you back that energy right back.
No, I can't stand 49ers fans that come into the stadium with their "Let's go Niner" chant. It fucking pisses me off. I had a guy try to fight me once because I accidentally bumped into him, and total dick move on my part why he got arrested. But I accidentally bumped into him. I was getting me and my dad a beer, and so I was like, "Oh, excuse me, you accidentally bump into somebody." He's like, "Watch where the fuck you walking, motherfucker." And I was like, I legit was like, dude, he was with like 5 of his friends. I was like, "Sorry, man." And then anyway, some cop comes up and he's like, "Hey guys, what's?" And I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, man." He's like, "I saw the whole thing. Don't worry about it." And anyways, this is the funny part. I get 2 beers, right? He's just fucking glaring at me walking back. I'm walking back to the tunnel. I smile at him and give him a wink. He goes, "Hey, fuck you." And then I keep walking. And then all of a sudden I see the cop run behind him and grab his fucking arms. And I was like, "That's right. Fuck you guys." So yeah, very passive aggressive towards 49ers.
Talking to a lot of people though, I hear that Seahawks fans are one of the worst when it comes to opposing teams.
What do you mean?
When it comes to harassing opposing teams, and I'm like,
this is in our domain. We can do what we want. That's my thing. I'm not going to go on the road.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Yeah,
Seahawks fans are soft right now. When they're letting other teams walk in their stadium and control that. I went to the Rams game this year and last year, and they were Rams fans galore.
That wasn't even bad. The Bills game, the Packers game.
Like, what happened? People used to fear. They would practice with just.
They still. No, it's not a thing anymore because here's what happens. It's so easy for people to sell their tickets. Go on Ticketmaster. It is so easy for people to go on Ticketmaster. I can do it. I have no tickets on my phone right now. But you go to Ticketmaster, right? You say add to Apple Wallet is on the bottom. Transfer and sell. There's 3 buttons. You press sell. You don't know who's buying them. So I don't blame the season ticket holders for selling their tickets. I get my season tickets because they're not my name. They're my cousin's name. I buy them from him. I'm not technically a season ticket holder. Everybody that watches my shows knows that. I have season tickets. I'm not a season ticket holder. So if they capped it like what some people on Twitter want them to do, make it to where you can only sell 4 of your games, right? That fucks me over as a fan that goes to every game.
How would they?
But get this. Here's the thing. It's not the season ticket holders as much as it is people in Seattle that are bitching about Seahawks fans not going to the game and also at the same time not going to the game. They have just as much access to buy those tickets on Ticketmaster as the opposing fans do. Yeah. But instead they don't because they don't care as much anymore because we're not a Super Bowl contender like we were. We're a playoff contender now. I mean, am I wrong?
No, I agree. I 100%.
Remember Blue Fridays 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, what year is it? We'll say 7 years ago. Blue Fridays. That you couldn't walk around town without seeing somebody in Seahawks gear. Now it's just Friday. It's fuck it Friday. That's what it is.
Talking about that Rams game I went to this year, I actually wore all Ravens. I was decked out.
Did I run into you?
I think we did, yeah. And I was screaming. I lost my voice. That's when we went to overtime. We ended up going to overtime.
Yeah, and we went for it on 4th and 1.
Yeah.
Instead of kicking, that game cost us the playoffs. The Giants game. Anyways, go ahead.
But I wore all my Ravens gear. You know how many people freaking stopped me walking around? Go, yeah, just like high fiving me.
Really, I'm the opposite. So
I was so surprised. I never thought it'd be that fan going to watch two teams play and then wear another.
Yeah, it's the douchiest type of fan.
Okay, I would on purpose did it. With my buddy Cloud, on purpose did it.
Well, that's the thing with me. Like, I always fucking hate people that show up to Seahawks games and just wear it. Dude, like, what was the last game we played at home? The Vikings game. There's just some dude decked out in Steelers shit. And I was like,
why are you here?
Exactly. But then I look at it and I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's on vacation. He's like, I hear Lumen Field's a great place to go. I just want to go there. So I respect that kind of.
Hey, what made you go to the Wisconsin? Or what made you go to
Everybody wants to go to Lambeau Field. That's when
But why would you go when the Seahawks were playing?
They didn't play him that year. Green Bay.
But that was just...
Dude, we haven't won in Lambeau Field since 1999.
See, some random ass stat.
Yeah, so I'm totally fine.
99.
Yeah, it was Holmgren's first year. That's the last time we won in Lambeau Field. And they didn't win in Lumen Field since 2008, but then they beat us this year. So it was the home team that always won. The Hail Mary game, the NFC Championship, we want the ball, we're going to score.
Oh.
It was always a home team. Fuck the bum-ass Schittsburg Steelers. Their fans are a fucking infestation. They're fucking everywhere. Yeah, they are because they're good in the 70s. My favorite.
So Kurt, you guys watch Pat McAfee? They're talking about like
Which one?
Here the Steelers have a song called
Renegade.
"Here We Go" or something like that.
No, it's Renegade.
Pat McAfee was talking about how it's like, isn't it kind of more like "Here we go again"? Because we just lose in the first round playoffs. Here we go again.
Oh, I got you. I thought you were talking about the song they play. That's another place I want to go. I want to go to Pittsburgh.
I would love to go decked out just like I would. I'd deck out like this. I'd go to Cincinnati. I'd go to Cleveland.
Another reason I went to Lambeau Field when the Seahawks weren't playing is because I just kind of wanted to experience it, not really having a rooting interest. And it was kind of fun. I got super fucked up.
I'd love to go to like SoFi or even Jerry's World. You know, like I had a buddy I work with who's also a Ravens fan. He went to Dallas last year and watched them play, or this year, watched Dallas play.
Yeah, if I had the money, like, and was just able to just buy a motorhome during football season, just stop it. You know, try to make it to as many as you could.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be sweet. And then, God, who else? I want to go to the Rose Bowl. I think that'd be sweet.
Pasadena, huh?
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I looked up flights for next year.
You guys,
flights and hotels. It's $700 a person. That's not bad. But who?
But what's the ticket cost you?
Probably a lot. Well, it depends who plays. If it's Arizona State and Texas, probably like $20 because that's who. that ended up being the best game. Did you watch it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
no, I didn't actually.
There's a dead end there.
I didn't. I'm sorry, but no, I didn't watch it.
Did you watch Oregon on Ohio State?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was fucking sweet.
Yeah.
God, I fucking hate the Ducks.
It's the only time I root for the Huskies.
Actually, football fans. Football fans, the Ducks have the worst fan base of all time. I don't know. Are you on Twitter at all?
No, I really don't do too much social media.
You should get a Twitter because it's not positive. You'll just start hating. That's what I do on Twitter. I scroll through. I'm like, man, I'd like to tweet back at that guy right now. But he has like 1 million followers, and I have like 20.
Yeah, right?
Just get shit on by everybody.
So your picks for this weekend?
Let's see. Let's bring them up. Sorry. I'm staring at Stephen A. Smith right now.
Yeah, I have so many people that are just like, oh, I'm rooting for Buffalo. Like, I like the Ravens, but I think Buffalo. I think Buffalo.
Okay, you know what? You know who pisses me off a lot? Are all the Lions fans now.
Everybody's on their dick.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. I'm so done.
Everybody's on their dick.
I am so done. I went to the department.
The Redskins just shut them down.
I went to the Department of Licensing last Friday. There was one guy with a Lions beanie, and they weren't together. They were on like opposite sides of the room. And then another guy in a Lions sweatshirt. I left that place, and I'm not shitting you. I was on my way to Caterpillar, and I see a guy in another Lions sweatshirt walking down the road. I'm like, dude, I fucking hate these guys.
There's fucking Teslas and Priuses out here all of a sudden.
Because I liked the Lions for a long time because they lost a lot, and now everybody's like, oh, they're on Hard Knocks. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
I was like Stafford.
Fuck them, dude. I hate Stat Padford. Yeah. Yeah. That's another one. Everyone.
I like Stafford in Detroit, but
okay, Texans and Chiefs. I like the Chiefs.
Fuck the Texans. Who thought the Texans would get here? Fuck the Chiefs.
Everybody.
You thought the Texans were going to win?
Against the Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how part of the reason I won. Dude, I won $50 off $3 last week on a parlay because I picked the Texans, the Commanders.
I did not think so. Okay.
Yeah, so
Kansas City, right? I agree with Bet Man. I put one on Kansas City.
I don't mind Kansas City. Everybody hates them.
I do.
See, I like to pick the teams that everybody.
I like Andy Reid though.
Yeah, me too. But I like Patrick Mahomes. He's the best quarterback in the NFL.
You're gonna get beat up saying that shit.
No, he is. He wins. That's what he does. All he fucking does is win. I think Lamar's the most fun to watch. Josh Allen.
Our year this year.
Okay, Dallas.
We are not them boys.
Lamar's fun to watch. Tom's fun to watch. Mahomes can be fun to watch, but when it comes to, like you said, fucking 45 seconds of your own 20-yard line, get the ball down the field, he does it every time. What?
Cue the refs.
Okay, this is
bad interference.
That's when I really start having problems with it. Detroit gets more fucking favorable calls than anybody I've fucking seen. That Thanksgiving Day game against the Bears,
that was wild.
I was like, what the fuck? Nobody's on Twitter or Instagram going, oh man, the Bears really got fucked there because they're like, oh dude, Dan Campbell, he's so fucking cool. Fuck him, dude. The only reason that people hate the Chiefs so much is because they win all the time. It's like when everybody hated the Patriots. But the Chiefs haven't been caught cheating. So they're gonna I'm serious. They're gonna be like, somebody's looking, they're like, oh man, did he deflate those balls?
Right,
did he deflate? How is he doing this? Maybe they're just good, guys. Maybe they have a really good head coach, a really good quarterback, and a really good tight end.
Yeah.
But
all right, so we both got the Chiefs.
Chiefs, I'm taking the Commies over the Lions.
I will be rooting for the Commies, but I bet, man, I put my money on the Lions, which I will be doing that.
I'm going to throw like $20 on the Commies. I'm going to lose $20. Oh my God. Never mind. Rams at Eagles. I like the Eagles.
I'm going to go Rams, baby. I'm on that. Rams are going to do a nice run.
So have you ever met anybody that's like, oh man, you got to root for your division in the playoffs? Have you ever met those people?
No.
I've met a few of them, and they can suck a dick.
Yeah.
They're fucking, dude, I get so mad.
Absolutely.
It's like the people that back the pack. Remember that?
Like, could you imagine somebody asking me to put on a Steelers jersey or root for the Steelers?
Yeah, no, the only time I root for a team in my division is when it has implications that benefit.
Benefit you, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, what else? We got the Ravens and the Bills. We're both pulling for the Ravens.
Both pulling for the Ravens. I think the Ravens got it. I bet you they win by 10.
By 10?
By 10.
One sec. Meme betting Super Bowl. I found a funny meme the other day.
There's my confidence level. Win by 10.
It was like the odds of Panthers winning the Super Bowl in Vegas are like +5. You know, they're like plus, let's say like +5.
0.
Yeah, they're like +50,000. So that means if you put $100 on the Panthers to win the Super Bowl, you'd lose $20, or you'd lose $100.
Nice.
So yeah, anything else you want to get off your chest, or?
Is there one more game?
No, that's it. 4 games. Next week there'll be 2.
Next week will be 2.
Are you?
Next week's my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's hope the Rams are still playing.
They will be.
What are you gonna watch a Pro Bowl this year?
Are they doing the quarterback challenges and stuff like that?
That's which is honestly better than the actual Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that.
Yeah, I think that stuff's kind of fun.
Back in the day when Jim Harbaugh was actually the quarterback for the Ravens, and he was going against Peyton Manning and Brett Favre. They were doing that. Who could throw the furthest? And Jim Harbaugh could throw a ball 45 yards. Yeah, Bledsoe was there.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, he could barely throw a ball 45 yards.
Those old school Pro Bowl skills.
I love that shit.
Remember Larry Allen doing the bench press?
Oh my god,
that was the coolest one. I wish they just took the old Pro Bowl games and just did them like that, because they did like the 40-yard. No, it wasn't even like 40-yard dash. But they did just a straight line race between almost everybody. Dude, there was 20 people just lined up and
tripping each other.
Yeah, I mean, it was sweet. And then, the drills they had going through the dummies and shit.
Yeah, the obstacle course kind of stuff. Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah. The last good Pro Bowl moment was probably Sean Taylor just laying out that punter. Do you remember Jack Youngblood? You heard of him? He used to play for the Rams in the 70s. Yep. He played the Pro Bowl with a broken leg. He taped it up. That's what I mean. That's back when men were men.
Yeah.
We are boys.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, dude. Fucking I'm playing this game. It doesn't mean shit. I'm gonna fucking
just go out there and just be physical.
Dude, his leg was broken, and he's limping around, fucking playing the Pro Bowl.
Did they say what was that? Bo Nix had some back fractures. He was playing with this last game.
I'm sure. Fucking pussy, dude.
He's spinal.
Yeah, spinal biff, anal biff. Sorry. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this. For everybody, thanks for everybody watching, commenting. Thanks for everybody that's going to watch us in the future. And with that, we will see you next time.
Go Ravens.
Yeah, let's do that.